I'm announcing today an unprecedented new infrastructure initiative called Restore Pennsylvania. Restore Pennsylvania will invest over $4.5 billion over the next 4 years in significant, high-impact projects throughout the Commonwealth. And I want to do this and fund this through the monetization of a common-sense severance tax. Restore Pennsylvania will help catapult Pennsylvania ahead of every state in the country in terms of technology, development, and infrastructure. And it's going to position every part of our state to be competitive in the 21st century economy. Our vision for Pennsylvania has to include vibrant towns, vibrant cities, new development, new opportunities for Pennsylvanians in rural and urban areas all across Pennsylvania. And we need to make sure we have an interconnected Commonwealth. Unfortunately, after decades of neglect and, as you all know, declining federal investment, Pennsylvania is in real risk of falling behind. Heavy floods occasioned by heavy rains throughout 2018 demonstrated very vividly and tragically that our flood mitigation planning and infrastructure has not kept up, leaving communities and individuals throughout the state with massive cleanup costs. Connecting all Pennsylvanians to high-speed internet is the most meaningful rural economic development initiative we can undertake today. So we have made progress, but we have more work to do. Restore Pennsylvania will provide funding to completely bridge the digital divide in every community in the Commonwealth.
The $4.5 billion Restore Pennsylvania infrastructure investment strategy is a big, bold, and bipartisan idea to invest in community building, job-creating infrastructure projects that have been ignored for far too long in Pennsylvania, all at a great cost, not only to our economy, but to the citizens of Pennsylvania who are being overwhelmed with local taxes and fees to pay for aging and failing public infrastructure systems. Restore Pennsylvania is not a Democrat or Republican idea. It's a good idea, an idea whose time has come, an idea that can deliver the largest infrastructure investment in the history of Pennsylvania, from rural to urban communities, from growing suburbs to declining third-class cities. Restore Pennsylvania is a community-building, job-creating infrastructure investment in the safety, security, and economic viability of every Pennsylvania community.
And I haven't changed my concern and focus on education, and I think you'll see that in the budget on Tuesday. But these are projects that are outside of the scope of any funding source right now in Pennsylvania, and the thought is that the funding streams in the Commonwealth. Yes.
So, I mean, the severance tax in the past has had bipartisan support, but it hasn't gotten across the finish line. Is there any indication that you've gotten from leadership that this time will be anything different?
Well, that's a good question. I'm hoping that it will. I think you're right. It had, if it were brought up to, actually did pass the Senate in a bipartisan way, and it would probably have passed the House. We still have some challenges, and I'll continue to work on that. I think one of the issues here is that focusing on things that, again, explicitly address issues that affect communities all across the state, Republican and Democratic, conservative, liberal, rural and urban, I think makes this a very different proposition, and I think makes it even harder to resist. This is something we all recognize we need, and anybody who has gone around to these areas that need help, you know, blighted urban areas, blighted rural areas, flooded rural and urban areas, areas that need access to high-speed internet, and more. These are things that don't discriminate based on region or politics, and I think that might make this even more attractive to folks who might in the past have thought that this is not a good tax. Yeah, Mark.
up, and whatever we have to fix or rebuild, and then we're just thinking about this whole deal, just a memory.
Yep.
We put on.
Up the road, sorry.